I might, and oh, okay,
We're
we're
live.
live. I'll get used to it eventually, guys. I'm sorry. 400. This guy got to 400. Woo!
Yeah, thank
There go
you.
the bottles.
Party of the bottle. Party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Anyways,
do you ever listen to Double Toasted, the movie reviewers? You know when they do the hype train where they're like, hype, boop, and like that? Like, that's what I was gonna...
That's awesome. But welcome, everybody. Welcome to a special Q&A. I just literally hit 400 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you all so much for continuing your support to my channel for literally 2 years. It's been dude, it has been quite a ride for the past 2 years since I've been on YouTube. And
I gotta say, Luke, I'm so grateful to you, and I was an early subscriber to you. I know you were an early subscriber to me, and I am right behind you. And I could not think of a more worthy person to get 400 than you.
Thank you, bro. And
yeah.
And also, and again, thank you guys so much for all your guys' continued support. Again, over the past 2 years, and now, and seriously, 2 years later, I honestly never thought I would even get past like 100 after 2 years.
Yeah.
But I only hit 100 subscribers like literally on my first year of YouTube. Like
I hit 100. Literally just after, like 2 weeks after my 1 year, exactly, like a month after. So,
yeah, and again, and I don't know how 400 of you guys were able to find my channel, but it really, like, it humbles me that you guys have been here for the past, like, even for some people that have literally like just subscribed to my channel. It feels great having you guys here in this community, and of course, as you can see, Grant is here with me, one of my best friends here on this medium.
Aww.
How you doing, my buddy?
I'm doing just fine. I'm doing okay. I'm really glad I found out about this. I knew you hit 400. I think I even sent you a message after you hit 400, like on the moment.
I honestly didn't even see the message. Like,
okay, I'm sure I did. So it's like, congratulations, buddy, or something. But I just got home. I just got home from seeing Spider-Verse a second time. In 2 days.
There you go. Great movie too, by the way.
Oh my god, dude, that movie slaps harder than my dad. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Dad.
Hold it.
Dad, cool. You don't do that.
Hold it. But yeah, again, guys, it feels great being a part of this awesome film community, getting to talk movies with you guys, do watch-alongs, rankings, physical media content. Like, it's just been a great 2 years, guys. And now 400 subscribers in, I honestly cannot be any happier with where I am right now.
And I feel like I can sort of speak for Luke in some level in saying that, as someone also who started this a little over 2 years ago and had this whole, has also gotten up there with you, I mean, on this journey, is that for those who want to start doing this, who love movies and to review them, I know that it's hard sometimes to have the confidence to get in front of a camera and talk and speak your mind and speak your opinions, but here's the thing. There are always going to be asshats. That's the way it works. But if you keep at it hard enough, you find your community on here. And I found mine, and Luke's part of that, and I'm really happy to be here. It's just
absolutely. And I'm always happy to have you guys here with me. Like,
yeah.
And again, like, I know this might just seem like I'm saying, like, this might be like a goodbye kind of thing, but no, I'm still gonna be here. Like,
you better not be. You need to get me some new freaking subscribers too. You're not leaving me. You think you can leave?
No, everybody would hate me if I laughed. Like, dude, honestly, everybody would hate me if I laughed. Like,
No, I don't think we would ever hate you. We just say, "Oh, Fonto's not here. Oh no."
but
No, we'd cry our eyes out because we need you. So we're really happy you're here.
dude, you're gonna make me cry. Like,
I also wanted to tell you, Luke. I guess now's a good time. We are full speed ahead for, if you don't mind me, kind of jerking myself off for a second, not literally. We are going to do our midterm report in July. So I'm trying to get guests involved. I hope you'll be one of them.
depends on when you're doing it, though.
I think we're going to do it later July so that Tracy can come. I'm also trying to get Zach Milne on the horn. I finally got able to contact him more directly, so that's really cool.
There you go.
And we're gonna talk about the best, the worst of the year so far, the first half of the year, January through June, and we're gonna talk about we're gonna give out some awards, some honorary awards. I already have some ideas, so, and who knows, maybe then that'll be if we don't run for 4 hours like we did last time because there were like 5 people trying to do lists. Also, I have to admit something. So I've seen more movies than the average guy. So if you see like, oh God, Grant has such a long list. Oh, why is it always Grant talking for the majority of it? It's because I've seen over 100 movies already this year. So that's why I have a bigger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a bigger pool of good and bad than the average.
Yeah, it makes sense. And plus, I mean, right. I've seen a lot of movies too. So.
Oh, you have, absolutely, and you have a big list too. I mean, you have at least a top 25, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So like right now, I'm up to like 75 movies.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, and again, like while we're waiting for questions, can I tell you a little story?
Go right ahead.
So yesterday, the first watch I had in a theater, because of course, like I said today, tomorrow I'm going to be watching the LeBron James, the Shooting Stars one. LeBron James. I saw Sanctuary yesterday. It finally came to St. Louis after 2 weeks, and I loved it. It's a weird one. It's not for everyone, and don't ever watch it with your parents, no matter how old you are. It's going to be awkward, and that includes infants. And the reason I bring this up is, here we go. So for those who don't know, Sanctuary is a movie about a guy's relationship with his dominatrix. Guess who sat behind me at our art house theater?
Oh.
A couple around my age with a baby, who was crying every time there was a kinky part. I heard this.
Okay.
It was the longest 96 minutes ever of an otherwise terrific movie. Every once in a while, I would get so absorbed that I could kind of ignore it. But oh man, they were also like 3 people walked out. Also, this happened to me again today. Okay, so not the baby thing, but there was another couple who came in, and the guy started blasting the radio accidentally while trying to turn his phone off during like the pre-show. And then today, his mom came in to Spider-Verse with her kids and was just blasting the radio. I'm like, is this like a TikTok thing? Why is this happening?
So stupid.
But yeah, Sanctuary, thumbs up, but not for children. Please do not bring your children, especially your very small ones. Not only will they get restless, they will be traumatized. So please do not take your small children to this movie. Like, I made the joke I texted my brother afterwards, and I said, "Oh, that sucks." And I said, "Yeah, for his first birthday, they're going to take him to see the uncut version of Infinity Pool." He's like, the cum shot version.
Damn, bro. Crazy stuff has been going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So let me hit these. We got a couple of comments before we even started, so let me hit them.
I bet Drew's the first. Yep. Hey, everyone, what's up, Drew?
He's always here first, man. Thank you as always for being here, Drew. You're the best. And then Lance Jackson. What's up, Lance? Says, and thank you for the congrats, man. Just having a summer vacation, just hanging out with my dad today. Went bowling and at home watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What
movie or TV show?
I was literally just about to say
That's actually a really good question, honestly.
I'm also ready for Saturday Night Live tonight. Oh,
is there a new host tonight, or is this a rerun?
I don't know exactly. Like I thought that they were going to bring in a new host, but they have not even
I think
like announced like the new host, because they would usually announce like the next host like middle through the week on Instagram.
You know what it was? I think that the Ana de Armas episode is going to rerun because it became the de facto season finale. There were 3 more planned that were canceled because of the writer's strike. It was going to be, I think it was going to be Pete Davidson, Kieran Culkin, and Jennifer Coolidge were going to host like the last 3, and now they had to delay them because of the writer's strike to next season, maybe. I think they're going to be the first.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because they literally had like some really good hosts over season 48. Like
Ana de Armas was actually really. I know, I simp. I know. I'm sorry. She really
I know, but I mean,
she was really funny.
I think like, let me see. I'm trying to think. This would be like my top 3 if I really had to think about it. Like right now, I would definitely say Austin Butler.
He was good. Yep, I agree.
And just dude, his monologue at the beginning, like saying how people have felt that his voice has changed ever since he played Elvis.
It has too.
I mean, clearly it has though, but I'm just saying, like, but if he's gonna keep that voice like throughout the rest of his acting career, I would not mind it. Wouldn't even get annoying to me.
I'm gonna throw Megan Thee Stallion in there too. I always thought that was an underrated episode last season. She was pretty funny.
I would also definitely. I would also, of course, I was gonna put this one on the list. Jenna Ortega.
Oh no, that was the best episode this season. That was tied with me between that one and Steve Martin and Martin Short. I mean, that was just perfect. That freaking
my number 1 is honestly is for Jenna Ortega. Like,
yep, the best skit from the Jenna Ortega one was the because it's them is the Please Don't Destroy Road Trip life-changing road trip one. Where they're singing about it, and then it cuts the reality, and they're all like miserable, like, oh my god, I want to go home.
I think honestly the best. I think it's a tie for my 2 favorite ones. The Donald and Dominguez skit that she was a part of. Like, you call that a lubed up track? I should feel 5 degrees deep posted up a looch. Like.
I would also
that one, and of course the
Pedro Pascal,
the Exorcist parody.
That was funny.
Where she was Reagan. You're going to hell, you stupid whore. Stupid what now?
Oh, hell no.
She's like, stupid what now? Oh, you got to try harder than that.
Pedro, didn't she say like, did you take that bass out your voice? No, Pedro Pascal was also a good one.
Love Pedro Pascal.
HBO's Mario Kart.
Yep. But here's one I'd actually like. Here's one I'd actually like to point out though.
What?
Jack Harlow.
That was actually a good episode. He was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like this actually does show he actually does have some acting talent. Like,
dude, here's the thing. I understand people not liking the Why Men Can't Jump remake. I didn't think it was spectacular. I enjoyed it fine. But I feel like people were being a little unfair to Jack Harlow. I don't think he was the biggest issue with that movie. I
honestly never said he was the biggest issue of the movie. It was
I thought
like
he did fine.
I said, like he tried, but it's just I didn't really find his like the character that he played as all that investing.
I thought though that he showed that he was capable of. It's one of those performances where it's not a well-written character, but he shows that if he had better material, he could be really great in a movie. Like there was enough good in his performance to transcend some of the writing for me to be like, okay, you have potential. You know what I mean? Like that kind of.
I mean, yeah, he's got potential as an actor, but it's just the way that this character was executed in White Man Can't Jump, I was not a fan of whatsoever.
Give him like a P.T. Anderson movie, and I'm sure he'd be really good. Like, or something like that, like an Adam Sandler kind of thing, where you give him like a really good director, or the Safdie brothers, that kind of thing.
There you go.
But look how good The Weeknd was as The Weeknd in Uncut Gems. By the way, are you going to watch The Idol tomorrow night? I'm kind of vaguely curious to watch it, just because I hear it's awful, and I just kind of want to see how bad it really is.
Honestly, no.
It just, man, when something is that despised, it's like, I feel like I need to at least watch the first episode just to see what the hell people are so upset about. It's that morbid curiosity thing. I also really like Lily Rose Depp. I think she's really underrated as an actor.
Makes sense. But again, it's just, there's better things I could honestly spend my time doing, to be honest with you.
I still need to watch the new season of Clone High. I honestly forgot it came out.
Yeah. But let's see. Gonna watch some Adam Sandler movies. Click is a good movie.
Which was good.
God, you don't mess with the Zohan.
You don't mess with the Zohan.
I think it. Just go with it. That's all right. Grown Ups, the first one is okay.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that
it's stupid, but it's okay. But Jack and Jill is awful. Like
Grown Ups 2 is really bad. Grown Ups 1,
I hate Grown Ups 2 with a passion.
Grown Ups 1, however, has its moments. I actually think there's some good. And also, here's the thing.
Honestly, I'll be honest. Like, Grown Ups 1, honestly, is a bad movie. But there is some good moments in it, though. I got to be honest about that. It's a bad movie, but there is good moments within it.
And there's some good lines like, "Put some rubbing alcohol in this bitch. You should know all about that. You were alive during the Prohibition."
I always remember the iconic rope on a tree scene with Kevin James.
That's funny. Well, that and like, here's the thing about Jack and Jill. There was about 5 minutes of Jack and Jill that's actually funny. It has nothing to do with that.
Barely anything was funny about that movie. The only thing that honestly could have made that film.
Okay, I will save you guys so much trouble. Skip Jack and Jill, but do me a favor. Go on YouTube and watch the Dunkachino Al Pacino bit. That is the only bit that's actually kind of funny. And then everything else, and what follows right after, like his reaction to it. It's like the very end of the movie. It's after Jill is out of the movie. It's like the last scene. That's actually kind of funny. Everything else.
By anyone.
That's the part. That's the where it's because it's his delivery. It's like they do the skit and it's like he goes, "What'd you think?" And he's just like he's in The Godfather. Burn this. This can never be seen by anyone. And then he goes,
"Sorry."
And he goes, "Al, every copy, destroy them." That was like the one funny, genuinely funny part.
Never be seen. By
What's
anyone.
my name? Dunkachino. That was kind of funny in a stupid.
No anymore. It's Dunkachino.
Don't mind if I do. That was kind of funny.
Okay, I'll admit that got a chuckle out of me. Like,
because it's tongue in cheek. Like they know it's bad. Like it's being self-aware. Like he's being funny.
But the rest of the movie though can just
it's ass.
That movie can just kiss my ass. It's
there
terrible.
also is there. I will say this: there are two other. That movie has one big laugh, which was the Dunkachino scene. Two chuckles. The first one involves Al Pacino. The other one involves Adam Sandler. The one involving Al Pacino was when they're fooling around in his house and with the golf clubs and she knocks over the Oscar and he goes. And she goes, "I'm sorry, I'm sure you have others." And he goes, "You'd think it, but no." That made me chuckle. The other part was the scene, and it was actually a reoccurring part, but it was the scene where Jack disguises himself as Jill, and he's adjusting like his fake boobs in the bathroom, and the washroom guy's like, "Hold on," and he like does the adjusting, goes, "Thanks," and then later the guy comes, and then later actually Jill shows up. And, like, there's no dialogue, it's just the guy goes up and goes, starts adjusting, and she just goes, and then the next, it cuts away, and the guy just crashes through the wall like he punches him so hard. That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. But
I'm just being honest, man. The Dunkachino thing was the only thing that actually got a little bit of a chuckle out of me.
The Dunkachino thing was the only thing that was clever, but I'm saying, like, on a stupid laugh level, those kind of got me. Just a little bit. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
Awful, man.
It's awful. But, again, look, even Family Camp had that one kind of moment. I hated that movie, so...
Yeah, I know how I feel about that. You love that movie.
I'll tell you this, too. Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star. One of the worst comedies ever. One of the worst comedies ever. I saw it in the theater. I was one of the only ones.
That movie's terrible.
That movie is terrible, but I stand by this, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. There is one scene in it that actually is so funny that when I think about it, I go, I just kind of smile, and it has nothing to do with Nick Swardson. Nick Swardson is almost never funny, except when he's on Reno 911. That's the only time he's funny. But when he and 30 Minutes or Less, he was funny in that movie. That's underrated. But when he looks at him and he says, it's when he's lying down. It's after like they make fun of him for being a terrible porn star, and he's lying and he's like, it's like over the, and then Kevin Nealon just kicks the door open and just goes like, "Did you eat my grape? Is that why you're crying, you piece of shit? You're fucking pathetic!" And he bolts out of the room. That was like the one part where I'm like, in the theater. It got me. That was one thing, and I've watched that scene at least 100 times. I hate the rest of the movie, but that scene was so funny because it's just so absurd.
I'm gonna be honest though, I honestly found Nick Swardson pretty funny in Buddy Games.
I never saw Buddy Games.
I don't know why they have a sequel coming out, but the first one was actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, it has a good cast too. Josh Duhamel, Dax Shepard, Olivia Munn, Dan Bacall, Nick Swardson.
Is Leslie Bibb in that one, or am I wrong? Is Leslie Bibb in that one?
I don't think so, but I know also Kevin Dillon's in it.
Kevin Dillon
from Entourage.
Right.
But
Matt Dillon's brother, yeah.
Yep, and I'm not gonna lie, there was some pretty hilarious moments in
I'll have to check it out.
In Buddy Games, when they were starting the game, before they even started the games, like when the guys arrive, he's like the reason, like they had to sculpt up a lot of money for the games, and he was like, I gave a bum a hand job for $30, and then I think one of them says, expand on that. He's like, no, I'm not going to. You want to smell my hand?
No. You know what I will say? I can charge this. I will say, so if I'm too close for comfort, that's the reason. Here's the thing, another example. The first 4 scary movies I actually think are all pretty funny.
The first 3 I absolutely adore. Like, I love the first 3.
But the fourth one is
fine.
The 4th has some really funny parts, though. Like, the thing with the Oprah thing was really funny. I mean, he's like breaking a wrist.
The Saw opening I thought was hilarious. Like,
we are so fucked. Yeah.
Like, what's wrong? Wrong foot. Mother.
No, the part
and
the best part of that scene was Dr. Phil like, your feelings. Who gives a shit about your feelings?
Yeah, I mean, But
Scary Movie 5 was awful, but there was one joke that I think I stand by as funny, and it's one of the first jokes in the movie. It's Scary Movie 5, if you walk out in the first 2 minutes, like the second the title appears on screen and you walk out, you would have seen 2 minutes of a good comedy. Because there's that one section where it's Lindsay Lohan and Charlie Sheen doing Paranormal Activity, and it's kind of amusing. You're kind of like, okay, maybe this isn't so bad. And then they get to the epilogue text, and it's so funny that it sticks with me, which is the Charlie Sheen died that night, but his soul kept partying for another 3 days or something. I was like, that's actually really funny. And then it's, that was kind of funny. And then after that, it was just like,
that movie's bad.
Cat Williams also, that one scene with Cat Williams was kind of amusing, but yeah, everything else was bad.
What's up,
Tyler? I haven't heard from this dude in a while. How you doing, buddy?
Hey Tyler, if you want to join, man, I can send you the link.
True.
Planning on doing TMNT watch-alongs before Mutant Mayhem? No, unfortunately, no.
I'm down for the original.
I think I might review the movies before Mutant Mayhem. I'm thinking about reviewing the movies.
I'm actually
yes, that does include reviewing TMNT 3 and the crappy Michael Bay movies.
I liked the second Michael Bay movie. Okay.
I hated both of them. Like, those two films are not fun.
I don't know. I thought Tyler Perry was kind of fun as was it the guy who comes on Doctor whatever his name is, mad scientist glasses nerdy guy. What's his?
Oh,
Baxter Stockman.
Baxter, there you go.
I will say, can I say this? Because this has gotten a lot of people. Eric MacArthur. What? have criticized Mutant Mayhem. I saw the trailer again today when we saw Spider-Verse. That movie looks awesome, and I don't know why people are hating on it.
I saw the first trailer when I saw Dungeons and Dragons, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Bro,
it's
this
good.
looks incredible, man!"
It looks really good. I know it looks very true to the style of Eastman and Laird's like original illustrations.
But if I were to do a team like any of the Ninja Turtles watch-alongs, I think honestly, I probably would only do the first two. Like,
you know what I think we should do
if
for
I'm
a
gonna
watch
be honest,
along.
like, I would only do the first two because the first two, in my
Mhm.
opinion, are like the ones that I would rewatch the most.
The
I mean,
first one,
TMNT, the animated one from the 2000s, was fine.
that's what I was gonna say. Is that I haven't seen that movie since it came out, but I remember when it came out. I walked out of it. I was like 14, 15. And I was like, why are people hating on this? This is actually kind of not bad. I kind of dig this movie, the animated one.
Out of the Shadows isn't great. The bad stuff is I will give you that. It's definitely better than 3.
At least Casey what's his Stephen Amell
Casey Jones.
Jones was kind of badass in that movie.
I mean, Stephen Amell was pretty good, though. Honestly, he was the one thing that honestly kept the film from being a complete disaster for me was Stephen Amell. I thought he was pretty good, and there were some decent action sequences, but everything else I thought was awful.
You know what I appreciate about the second one more than the first one is that I think that the first one. Here's the thing: the first of I call them the Nickelodeon Turtles because that's basically what they are of movies, the Michael Bay ones. The first one, I actually think there were moments in it that showed it had promise. I don't think it's like an awful movie, but I think that it was too Michael Bay-ish and not enough Ninja Turtles. What I liked about the second one is it's almost they got the dude who did Earth to Echo to do it, and it's almost like he went into Michael Bay's office and said, "Look, we're gonna have that one scene where Megan Fox is dressed like Britney Spears, and then the rest of the movie we're doing a fucking Ninja Turtle movie." And they made a Ninja Turtle movie. It felt more like the original then. It felt more like a turtle movie than the first one did. So that's why I kind of like it.
It did, but at the same time, I did. But at the same time, it was like I didn't really get into that. Like it kind of just felt like it was a bit far fetched for me.
Well, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's about as far fetched.
I'm just being honest, man. Just get off my back. I mean, I'm just being honest about what I think. I just could not really.
That's fine.
It's just one of those films that like both of those films, like even no matter how many times I've watched them, I just cannot get into them. I mean, I honestly used to like the first Ninja Turtles, but over time, thinking about it, even just after a rewatch, I was like, this movie's not very good.
Agree. I think we can both agree the best Ninja Turtle movie so far is the very first one from 1990.
And up there is the second one in my. I honestly kind of love the second one.
I enjoyed Is that the one with Vanilla Ice in it? Because I actually kind of like that.
Go Ninja, go Ninja.
That part was cringe in kind of the most entertaining way, though. I liked it.
But it shows how 90s it is, though, which is something I really appreciated about it.
You don't get more 90s than Vanilla Ice cameos.
He did a re-review of the first Transformers in preparation for Rise of the Beasts. Okay, I'm still planning on seeing Rise of the Beast sometime next weekend, but we'll see.
I'm seeing it in IMAX 3D on Thursday with Austin.
All right.
So I'm hoping it's good.
Basement Blues, my boy Tony.
Awesome.
What's up, Tony? Thank you for being here, man. Congrats on 400 subs, and thank you for being a part of my channel for a while. You're awesome, dude.
Hey, yeah. Oh,
again, Tyler, if you want to join, man, just let me know. I can send you the link.
Yeah. Hey, Luke, I'm gonna in a little while. I might go up and grab some food real quick, and come back.
All right.
But I'll come back. It'll only take like a second. So since we're waiting for more questions, I want to talk about. I know that we still have a month to go on the midterm. You want to tell everybody what movies to see, like our lists? Do you want to do that?
Well, I can honestly. Well, I don't want to go too deep into my list yet because I honestly am going to do a video pretty soon.
Yeah.
On my list, so
Well, we don't have to go in depth.
Like my own video, like on it. So
Yeah. We don't have to go in depth because we're gonna do that on my stream also. We're gonna.
I know, but what I'm gonna try to what I'm gonna do first is I'm just like honestly what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna give the ones that I would honestly give the highest recommendations to for people to watch.
Okay.
Like so, I'll just go like 5 movies that, and this is not my top 5 of the year. These are 5 movies that I would personally recommend for everybody to watch.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to be in any particular order whatsoever. So first one, easily, like, I would easily say Renfield. Like,
yeah, it was really
like
good.
The film bombed at the box office, and I'm like, you guys just need to support original films. Like,
yeah,
and
it's a shame.
And I just wish more people would actually give that movie a chance. Like,
yeah.
Instead of just being like, oh, this movie's not getting very good reviews, let's just skip it. Guys, give it a chance.
It didn't even get that bad. It was like at least like in the 60s or 70s on Rotten Tomatoes. It was like, come on.
No, it's in the 50s now.
What?
Yeah, the movie was in the 90s for a little bit, and then it just went drastically down. I didn't quite get that, honestly.
It has a 7. Well, that's close enough. That's just about fresh. And that's not that bad.
But still, though, honestly, man, like
that's lame.
Next one, of course, I'm gonna say, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Like,
please go see that. It's not doing very well at the box office, and it's really a shame.
Oh, speaking of movies that did not do well at the box office, you guys need to check this movie out. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Yes! I just found out that this movie was a bomb. I thought it was a hit. I didn't realize.
Yes, and that movie bombed at the box office, and I am not impressed with you guys. Like, for any of you guys that skipped out on D&D, you guys should be ashamed.
Well, here's the thing. I think that the problem with it is that the people who do love D&D did go see it, but the problem is that wasn't enough to make the kind of dent they needed. I think mainstream audiences need to go see it too. I think that's the biggest thing.
The movie wasn't even just meant for D&D fans. It also was for a mainstream audience.
I'm not a D&D fan, and I love that movie.
I never played D&D. But the trailers excited me. So
I also have it on good authority from actual D&D fans in my life that they saw it and they also loved it. So it's not just the nerds will be happy too. It's not just like
exactly. Thank you. So I've gotten 3 out of the way.
Yeah.
4th. Again, this is not in any order whatsoever. So this is just what I pick. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant.
It was good. It was really good.
Look, I mean, it's not going to be a rewatchable movie by any means, but if you guys love Guy Ritchie, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us do, or if you, I should more say Jake Gyllenhaal, because most of us, like pretty much everybody loves Jake Gyllenhaal.
I feel like, because Guy Ritchie has his detractors, I feel like this is the movie that could impress people who aren't impressed with Guy Ritchie, because it's it's not a typical Guy Ritchie kind of movie.
This is the least Guy Ritchie film that you'll ever see. Like, this is nothing like his previous works.
It's true.
And last but certainly not least, this actually might, I don't know if it'll surprise some people, but I honestly kind of feel like with a lot of the hate the film has been getting recently, it's like, guys, loosen up a bit.
Yep.
Cocaine Bear.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Like, honestly, I really think people really need to loosen up a bit. Like,
yeah.
Because that's one of those films where it's like, you can't take that film seriously no matter what. If you take that movie seriously, you're going to hate it.
Mm-hmm. So, all good picks, Luke. I agree. All very good picks.
But can I also mention 5 movies that I think that no one should watch?
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think you can do that too. Like, pick 5 movies from your list. Well, here's the thing. I was actually going to ask you, because I'm not going to go into any detail. I was just going to do my list at this point. Just really quickly run through it, and then also run through my worst is not a big list, and just say like, yeah, avoid this. So
Yeah, but I'm just thinking of like 5 movies that I just want everybody to avoid at all costs.
go ahead. I want to hear it.
So, first one, easily like this one. Honestly, this movie comes as a no-brainer, like to anybody. But Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey,
Yeah, ass.
no-brainer. Just avoid that
100%.
movie at all costs.
And we both have actually seen the movie too. I mean, so we can have authority to say that all the way through. So we have the authority to say that it's awful.
And another one,
Yeah.
Children of the Corn.
Didn't see it. Now I saw the first 10 minutes and I turned it off on Shudder. I didn't review it.
But yeah, Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
The third one, Fear. No question about it. Fear was awful.
Yeah.
When you have a film that's from the same guy that directed both Meet the Blacks movies, you are in big trouble. Like,
Is Meet the Blacks that's the Purge parody with Mike Epps, right?
I haven't seen the second one, but the first one I got halfway through and I turned it off. It was awful.
I didn't see the second one. I saw the first one and I was like, man, this movie sucks. And I love Mike Epps. I really
That movie
do.
is a chore to get through, man.
He's an underrated actor, but man, he tried, but it was a bad movie. Yeah.
If you guys love Pitch Perfect, don't watch this one. Praise
Oh,
this.
Yep. We'll be talking about that a little bit when he gets around to me again. I hated that movie too.
And lastly, out of the 5,
I know this is coming. I know exactly.
No,
Okay. Go ahead.
not the one that you're thinking.
Okay.
Honestly, if you guys are big fans of the first one, this sequel does not do any justice to you for anything. Murder Mystery 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I thought that film was
It was
awful.
whatever. It was whatever.
But-
I didn't hate
But,
it.
like, which one did you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, and I would tell you.
No. I'm
Okay.
because honestly thinking about it. I do actually want to give the film another try. Like,
You should. And look at it.
I'm thinking about it, but and honestly, I almost said The Devil Conspiracy. I almost said that one.
You finally watched it. I'm proud of you, my boy. You should have
I
had
didn't even
friends
find that
with-
movie fun. That film was boring. Like,
It is, but here's the thing, though. It's boring unless you have friends, so that whenever the really silly parts happen, you can just lose your freaking mind. That's the idea.
I
to
honestly
watch
did not even
that.
find the film silly. Like their attempts at silliness, I thought was just.
Oh,
I
come on.
thought
The
their attempts at silliness
ultrasound.
just came off very poorly to me.
The ultrasound jump scare, though. Come on. That was
I
ridiculous.
guess, but still, geez, that film sucked.
It was
Top 3 worst films of the year so far, man. I hated it.
Here's the thing. It's on my list, too. I'm not mad at it. Because it was just so ridiculous. I kind of.
But thank you for getting me to watch it, though.
Sorry. I should have told you the criteria before you should have watched it. What you should have
Yes, you
done.
should have, because
I
I
probably
thought
should
I just
have,
tortured
honestly.
myself for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, sorry.
But let me I'll just go ahead and just 1 second. Do a couple things quick.
Did you do your 5 yet?
I did already.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like 4. Okay.
Well, that was 5 because I said Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Children of the Corn, Fear,
Fear.
Praise This, and then Murder Mystery 2.
Right. Yeah, that's 5. I forgot about Fear, but I guess the world forgot about Fear, so that's fine.
Everybody should not even remember Fear. Fear was just...
Dude, I saw the trailer for that in front of another movie, and it was the only theater it was playing. It was 25 minutes away, and I was just like, it looked like the cinematography looked so bad. It looked like someone smeared shit on the camera. Like, it looked really bad. It looked sub-direct-to-video levels. All the camera work in that. Yeah.
It did, like... And honestly, like...
It was also really short,
It was
wasn't
one
it?
of those films that... Honestly, nobody even acknowledged, like, even when it was coming out. Like, nobody acknowledged it. Like, not even anybody in the horror community. And
I remember the poster being kind of
I'm so
cool.
happy that nobody even chose to even acknowledge that movie, dude. Ugh.
I do remember the poster being kind of cool. Isn't that the one where the poster is like the skeleton in the question mark? That was kind of cool.
The skull question mark. That was actually pretty sick.
That
But
that's
the film itself is just.
it's kind of like Marlowe, where the poster was really good and the movie was really not. Like,
I was okay with Marlowe, but I can't admit it's not a very good movie.
I wasn't angry at Marlowe.
But I'm being honest though, I was okay on it.
Yeah,
There
I
was
could
things I
see.
really, really admired about it, but there was also other things that I absolutely hated, which I really don't want to get into.
I hated some of it. I didn't hate the movie overall. I thought it was just like whatever, but it just wasn't. It wasn't what it could have been. I feel like it could have been better.
There's some good aspects to it with the
Mm-hmm.
the 40s type of mystery involvement with it.
Right.
They did some neat ideas with it. I'm not gonna lie, and there is some good action in there. Like
I also thought that when Jessica Lange and Alan Cumming made the most of their scenes and were really good in their one scenes they had, the one or two scenes they had, I thought they actually did a really good job as their parts.
And why would you waste Daniela Melchior, dude? Why would you waste her?
Dude, she wasn't good in that movie, and it's saying something. I love Daniela Melchior in every way.
I loved her in the Suicide Squad, and she was great in Fast X.
That's what I was gonna say. Is when you're doing a serious detective movie, and the better performance that year is in Fast and the Furious 10. It's man, you really should.
And also, I'm not gonna lie, she was great for the few minutes that she was in Guardians Volume 3.
That's true. I forgot. Yeah, she is in that for she's the pink girl.
She's the pink lady that was part of this corporation.
Right.
And she was funny.
Yeah.
But it's just, again, dude, why would you waste her like that? That's the biggest thing that really irks me about Marlowe. It's why would you waste someone like her? An actress that with that much potential, even after her breakout performance in the Suicide Squad.
My biggest issue with Marlowe kind of is tied. Both of my biggest issues are sort of tied to her character, which is that I thought that it had really, and it wasn't the most egregious example I've seen this year, sadly. It was a little bit racist and misogynistic in the way that it's treated.
Yes, honestly, that's another thing. It was a bit racist.
And also misogynistic because it sort of lingered over her body after she died. It felt kind of sick and kind of...
That was a little bit, look.
It was too much. It was
there's things about it that I hated, but there's just things that I really liked so much about it that I really just could not get out of my mind. Again, Liam Neeson's performance, he always stands out to me, even if he's not great in the movie, he always stands out to me. I love Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson is one of those guys that can make movies slightly more watchable than they otherwise are. Blacklight is a terrible movie. It's still with him, but without him, it would be a lot worse. But it's still really
if it was someone what do you think?
If it was Hayden Christensen in that part or something. No, I'm kidding. Hayden Christensen is a good actor sometimes.
If you just exclude Star Wars out of his filmography and you look at freaking Outcast.
Or Shattered Glass, which no one talks about. That was a great performance.
No, I mean, I was meaning that sarcastically.
Oh, you didn't like
I was
Outcast?
meaning that sarcastically when I was talking about Outcast.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't.
That movie is awful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That's one with Nicolas Cage and him, right? Together?
Yes, yeah. Dude. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
That movie should have been so much better with Nicolas Cage's involvement. Anything that Nicolas Cage can do, usually he will try to turn to gold. But this film, he tried so hard to do with his over-the-top performance, but fails on every level.
You did a Chris Stuckman impression, didn't you?
Oh man, it's bad, dude. It's bad.
It's still not the worst Hayden Christensen movie, though. I've seen the worst Hayden Christensen movie. A lot of people haven't, but I have.
What is that?
Little Italy. Have you seen the Little Italy with him and Emma Roberts? Where it's the romantic. It never came out in this country. It was direct to streaming. It is they're trying to do My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but they're failing at every turn. It's a really bad bunch of Italian stereotype jokes. It's really bad. It's terrible. It's really cringe. It's not fun bad.
And And here's my question: why are we getting a third My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Why are we getting a third one?
Here's why I'm cautiously optimistic. First and foremost, I love the original My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I think it's a great movie. The second one, though, the reason I love the first My Big Fat Greek Wedding is that if you really watch it, there's no conflict. It's just these two people who like each other and the crazy family, and that's it. There's no real. It's not Hollywoodized. It feels personal. It feels real. The second one was just a romantic comedy that they slapped the name My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 onto and had those characters. That's it. It was just such a standard Hollywood thing. The reason I'm kind of excited for the third one, though, is it looks like it's going to be a tribute to the guy who played the father, and he was my favorite character even in the second movie. I really like the father of Tula. I love that character, the Windex guy. I like him a lot, and so that is why they're going to Greece. And I'm cautiously optimistic that this will be at least better than number 2, but it's not going to be as good as number 1. But yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like,
did you like the first one? The first one was good.
I honestly don't even remember watching the first one. Like,
you should check it out. The first one's really good. I actually really like.
Like, if I have seen the first one, I honestly really do not remember it very well. Like,
well, yeah, give it a second look. It's actually pretty good.
The second one,
second one was unmemorable.
The second one,
it was just forgettable. It wasn't. It was one of those situations where it wasn't awful. It was just like, it was just a rom-com. It didn't feel like a My Big Fat Greek Wedding sequel. It just felt like
it was just a cliche rom-com that honestly didn't even need to be made.
It's one of those movies where when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, this is perfectly pleasant. And then it's over, and I'm like, by the time I walk to my car, I remember next to nothing about it. It just vaporizes on impact with my brain. It's like one of those kind of movies where it's like, oh, that was pleasant. I'm not mad I watched this. That was 90 minutes. Okay, it's over. I'll go home now.
And then, as soon, either as you get home or you just get in the car,
it's just gone.
It's just gone. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. It's just gone, dude.
The first one wasn't like that because the first one, you know what it reminded me a lot of? Have you ever seen the movie Moonstruck before with Cher?
Oh, and also has Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. That's a great movie.
I've heard about that one, but I've never seen it. All I know is that it had Cher and Nicolas Cage.
And Olympia Dukakis. That was a great movie. And this is what it reminded me of because Moonstruck, you can tell, comes from a place of truth. It's a romantic comedy. It follows a formula, but it comes from a place of truth. And that's what I liked about My Big Fat Greek Wedding is it was based on Nia Vardalos' one-woman show. It was based on her actual family. So it had that ring of truth. It wasn't like a studio movie. It was an independently made movie. And then this Universal made the sequel, and it was just like, it's just a generic rom-com. The first one actually had some actual real feeling and real humor, real well-observed human behavior and humor in it. And the second one was just nothing. It was vapor. There was nothing about it that was interesting. It just was a movie I saw.
But yeah, I'll take Equalizer 3 over My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
You know what? I'm actually excited for the Equalizer 3 after seeing the
dude, I saw the trailer for that when I saw The Covenant, bro. Equalizer 3 looks freaking great.
The gun through the eye socket. Holy fuck.
I've honestly seen that before.
And also it's a Man on Fire reunion because it's Dakota Fanning and Denzel together again.
Yep. One of the best revenge flicks ever.
Man on Fire is awesome. That's underrated.
Seriously, once Fanning gets kidnapped, bro, you do not want to mess with Denzel because he will.
Dude, I don't want to mess with Denzel ever. Denzel Washington. The thing I love about him is that he can make you shit your pants with a look. Like that dude is scary, and in a good way. Like that's what he's really good at as an actor. He is.
Even think of the first two Equalizers,
Even look at Fences or freaking Training Day. Like that dude is terrifying. He's great. I love him.
Even what's another good Denzel performance?
Remember the Titans, classic.
Mag 7.
Which one?
Magnificent 7.
Oh yeah, Magnificent 7. I like that one.
The one with him, Ethan Hawke, and Chris Pratt.
I've always had a thing with One-Eyed Jacks. What was that line? Chris Pratt blows the guy up. That's what I did think.
I can't lie to you. Chris Pratt is honestly just one of those actors that no matter like what role you give him, he'll always put a
I like
smile
him.
on my face.
Here's my thing with Chris Pratt that this is the one element I don't think it's fair to criticize him because I like the guy fine. I kind of get the criticism that he's a little bit too ubiquitous, which means that he's in everything too quickly at the same time. Like I kind of get that. You do eventually do like Jennifer Lawrence had that problem for a little while where it was like I love Jennifer Lawrence, but she was in too much stuff and the diminishing returns were coming after each success. Now she's coming back into the fold again, like Causeway last year, which was one of my favorites of the year, and then No Hard Feelings, which looks fucking hilarious. I can't wait for that to come out. And here's the thing. Speaking of that, my grandmother passed away this week.
Oh,
Tragically, she was 101, so she lived a long, happy life. Her funeral, the last movie I see before her funeral, is probably going to be No Hard Feelings because it's the Friday it opens and Saturday is her funeral. The day before that, I'm seeing Asteroid City because I'm seeing that shit first because it's not going to be in my theater for more than a week. But
right.
But yeah, I just have you seen the trailer for No Hard Feelings? Because it looks really funny.
It looks funny, but honestly, a little. But at the same time, it does honestly look a little bit stupid.
It looks stupid, but it looks stupid in that first off, it's written and directed by the guys who did Good Boys and Jury Duty, which you need to watch the TV show, which is awesome.
Okay, good thing you clarified the show.
Yeah, the show. Yeah, not the movie. Oh, Pauly Shore. Oh man, and see, Pauly Shore.
Are you his executioner?
The only part. I'll say this: the only part that I chuckled in Jury Duty was Abe Vigoda, the part where he comes up to the stand and he's just like, I don't understand. Well, you got your little powwow over here and we can't listen. We gotta listen to information. And then Abe Vigoda's like, what in God's name are you talking about? Juror number. That was.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. There's some pretty hilarious moments in that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, people hate Pauly Shore every once in a while. Like I loved Encino Man. That movie's hilarious. It's not a great movie.
Psycho with him, bro.
Encino Man and like, look, it sucked, but Pinocchio: A True Story is a great bad movie.
Son-in-Law's good.
Son-in-Law is good, and I will say this: I know that it doesn't really count because it's more a Disney movie than a Pauly Shore movie, a Goofy movie, and an extremely goofy movie. Both fucking bangers.
The Cheese Tower.
It's a little tower of cheese. I love
a little tower of cheese.
I love a Goofy movie so much. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a childhood favorite. Like, by the way, Good Burger 2 filming now. I'm so excited. It's coming out in my birth month, November. I'm so pumped.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, here it goes. Boom, 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 boom. So, do you want me to give them my recommendations and negative recommendations?
Yeah, you like. Can you like just narrow it down to 5?
I can't, but I will bolt through them. Okay, I won't elaborate on all of them. Just some of them.
Right.
I'll move fast. It won't be like last time where we all were just talking forever about it. We'll move on. I'm gonna start with the worst because I feel like we need to put out the shit before we praise the great. So,
all right.
Counting down from now, my criteria for a worst of list is it has to be 0 to 2 stars. That is a bad movie. And that,
well, honestly, for me now, if I'm gonna do a worst list, it has to range from obviously 0 out of 5 to a high 1.5.
Okay, well, mine is 2 because I feel like 2. My lowest 2.5 for me is the go between. It's almost like a make up your mind thing where it's like it's not a recommendation, but it's not you should never see this. 3 is like, yeah, fine, go see it. 3.5 is I use 3.5 more than I do 3 because it's just like it's a matinee, whatever. It's kind of like whatever, just good enough movies. 4 is a good movie. 4.5 is a great movie. 5 stars is a really great movie. 5.5 stars or 5 stars plus is one of the greatest of ever. The movies are like of the year and of ever. So that is to me, and 0 is the middle finger of kindness. That's what I call it. It's movies that I think have no that have little fuck you. Anyway,
or basically have for the first time I'm 18 and I can say, "Fuck you."
I believe on one of these I changed it up to say Pegasus for a very particular reason. So 2 stars they have some redeeming values, but they mostly are lame. 1.5 stars I give to movies that I think are missed opportunities. 1 stars is it's so bad it's good. 0 stars, half stars I rarely if ever give. 0 stars, they're interchangeable. 0 stars is there's no half star. It's 0. I mean, if you're not a 1, you're a 0 to me.
Right.
More often than not. There are rare exceptions. So counting down, I guess, from 2 to 0. From 8, which, from the 2 stars to the 2 stars movies, 18 is Mafia Mama. It just didn't get the tone right. It had a couple moments that were kind of funny, but none of them had anything to do with the mafia stuff. It was just kind of like Toni Collette is great as always. Monica Bellucci's great as always. Movie, on the other hand, and it kind of felt the same way last year with Memory, or I think I said in my review, it's like, just if you want to see a Monica Bellucci action comedy movie, just go watch Shoot 'Em Up. That movie's awesome. Just go rent fucking Shoot 'Em Up.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Hero.
Wow, Mr.
So dumb, but I love it, man. I kind of love Shoot 'Em Up.
Well, it's supposed to be dumb. It's a cartoon, basically. Well, Mr. Bunny.
You're
Dude, Clive Owen has a broken freaking hand, and he shoots a guy in a diner at the end of this movie with a fucking carrot. Like, come on, that movie's freaking awesome. Like, with pulling the trigger, like, come on, man. That's great.
And Paul Giamatti plays a very over-the-top villain.
Dude. Paul
But he's
Giamatti
great.
understood the assignment, man. He was great in that movie. Anyway.
He knew what movie he was signing up for.
Absolutely. Well, Paul Giamatti's always good. See, that's another actor that, like, you put him in anything and he's going to be the best part in the movie. So anyway,
San Andreas?
Which one?
San
Oh,
Andreas?
yeah, San Andreas. Yeah. He was
The
good.
Rock.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I kind of like San Andreas. It's a fun movie. It's a fun popcorn.
I like it too, but
I think it doesn't have, it's cliched and it doesn't have a brain in its head, but you know what? It's a good, like, Saturday, like, matinee B movie.
it's a perfect movie for an afternoon on the couch.
It's a fun movie. It's a good movie to watch if it's on TNT on a Sunday afternoon. Like, it's that kind of movie.
Yeah, but we gotta admit it's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie, but it's a good movie of its kind. It's a good B movie. It's a good B disaster movie. And also, like The Rock it's The Rock. I mean, he's good. 18, Mafia Mama, like I said. 17, I know you guys liked it, especially Jared liked it. 65. It was just such a missed opportunity. I love Adam Driver. I love dinosaurs.
I can agree it was a missed opportunity, but to be honest, like, I didn't really want to go in expecting it was bad, because if I did that, I honestly really would have hated it a lot more.
Yeah. Well, 65, I don't think it's awful. I just think it's like, man, it was dull. And the fact that it was a movie with 3 things I love: Adam Driver, laser guns, and dinosaurs. Like, man, and time travels. Like, 4 things not even really time travel. 4 things I love. And it's just like, and also it's written by the dudes who did, hey, Jared, it's written by the dudes who did, like A
Quiet Place.
And it's like, how does this not work? But it does. It doesn't. So, number 16, we talked about it, I think, plenty. We can just blow past it with Marlowe. It's just a missed opportunity. I think there are parts in it that work. It's number 15. Now, this one broke my heart because I love the trailer, and the best joke is in the trailer, sadly. Fool's Paradise. I went 25 minutes away to see that movie because I was like, look, it's one of Ray Liotta's last movies. Charlie Day's in it. He directed it. Let me put it this way.
Well, that was actually Ray Liotta's last movie.
It hasn't come out yet. I think it's still not titled. He still has 3 movies he already shot that haven't been out yet. That he still shot his scenes for already.
Well, we already know what one of his final ones were.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there for sure. No, but yeah, Fool's Paradise. It just it's one of those movies where I'm glad it exists. I like the premise. But man, it becomes like, I'll say this, the first half hour I'm kind of going with. I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. It's like, okay, it's like a vaudeville kind of slapstick, old-fashioned kind of comedy. And then once it got into its rhythm and I realized, oh, it's just this poor guy being thrown from one kind of eccentric, over-the-top, screeching weirdo to another played by a famous person, and that was the whole movie for 97 minutes. I was like, you could have done more with this, and it just became, there was no plot after that. It was just like, oh, look, it's Edie Falco. I like Edie Falco. What is she doing? Oh, she's screaming and making one-liners. It's Ken Jeong. I like Ken Jeong. Oh, he's screaming and making one-liners. Hey, look, it's Catherine McNamara for 2 minutes. Look, it's Jason Sudeikis. Look, it's Jason Bateman. Look, it's, what's his name? Glenn Howerton. And it's like, they're just there to be there and to just be, and then go. It's like, Kate Beckinsale. Like, the first time her joke appears in the movie where she's going through an entire relationship with him on fast forward, it's kind of funny. And then when the fifth time, it's like, it's the same joke. What else you got? And Kate Beckinsale can be really funny. Like, watch Love and Friendship. She can be really funny. And she's just out of the movie. And you're just like, you know that joke on Nostalgia Critic when he was reviewing Chairman of the Board and he was doing the, hello, Raquel Welch. Goodbye, Raquel Welch. That was every other actor in this movie. It was like, hello, Jason Bateman. Goodbye, Jason Bateman. Hello, Edie Falco. Goodbye, Edie Falco. Hello, Austin Zager. Goodbye, Austin Zager. It's like every other scene. It's like, what is this movie actually about other than just these skits until there's a movie? It was disappointing. And again, it could have been more. And also, I think that it had a fundamental flaw that also, if you've seen the Eddie Murphy comedy 1,000 Words, that was its fundamental flaw, which is you don't take a motor mouth comedian like Charlie Day, who is so funny on television, and in movies, being, oh, I'm Charlie Day, being over the top. Have one scene where it's him, and then kill that character off. It's in the first 20 minutes, it's not a spoiler. Kill that character off, and then the rest of the movie, he's mute. For the most, so the whole movie, it's just like Charlie Day can do a lot of things. He can't do just reactions comedy. He can't do silent film. He's one of those actors that really can do the motor mouth thing, but he can't really do the other thing.
That's the same with David Harbour.
Right, and it's just it's
that was the biggest mistake that We Have a Ghost did, was that they gave him the silent role.
But I'm saying, like, even more than David Harbour, though, like Charlie Day, when you watch It's Always Sunny or you watch Horrible Bosses or even the Mario movie, that's what he does, is the, oh, what are you talking about? Like that kind of over-the-top Charlie Day thing. And that's
You just got Halloween, Jade.
He's brilliant. And the thing is, he wrote and directed himself. Also, it's a movie that was shot 5 years ago and reshot up until a few months before it came out, and you can tell. I mean, it feels really slapped together. It doesn't feel like a theatrical movie at all. It was just really disappointing.
Thank you, Tony, by the way.
Thanks.
Nadia, what's up? Says, hey, congrats on 400
Horror
subs.
and more. I love your username. The horror.
I'm sorry if I'm late. I was in another live stream.
Yeah, I know. I got your message on that. So
Okay.
don't worry.
This will delight Luke. So now we're getting to the 1-star movies. Number 14, The Devil Conspiracy. Because, man, it was so stupid that I just kind of fell for it after a while. It's not a good movie. It's a bad movie. But it's so terrible.
I know, but still, I'm giving you this, though, because the movie sucked.
But it's not the best bad movie of the year. That's my next one. Number 13. You know how I mentioned Pegasus? So I saw this movie at the same theater on the same day right after Fool's Paradise.
Knights of the Zodiac.
Knights of the freaking Zodiac. Man, this movie... 2003 called They Want Their Summer Movie Back. Like, this movie was so...
That's honestly what Knights of the Zodiac looks like.
But so hilarious at the same time, because it so thinks it's cool. It's one of those movies that is so like, man, this is awesome! And it's so bad that I was just sitting there like, man, you know what that movie is? It's a movie, it's like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, if it was aimed at an audience a year older than the audience for Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but it was as stupid. Like, I love Shark Boy and Lava Girl for the same reasons I love Knights of the Zodiac, is that it's bad, but it's so earnest in its badness that it's kind of lovable. Like, there's a certain level of, I'm sorry, Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and have him expelled is great. And in this movie, it's, stop, you fool! It's just amazing. That guy, and Famke Janssen and Sean Bean, like, what the fuck are you doing, guys? Like, really, you guys are better than this. I love you guys.
Get back on track with your careers.
Yeah, for real. one does not simply agree to be in Knights of the Zodiac. And of course Sean Bean dies, because Sean Bean always dies. It was terrible. But it was wonderful at the same time. Now we get into the zeros, Luke, and the next one you're going to be happy with, and I can't believe you didn't mention it. I'm ashamed of you. Number 12, On a Wing and a Prayer.
Well, that's only because
So bad.
well, it's only because there's honestly that would have been an honorable mention, if I'm being honest. That would have been an honorable mention. But I'm saying
it's hard as
the five that I mentioned for movies that I would not recommend were basically the films that I really think that you really should avoid at all costs. Like those are the ones that I could really think of.
On a Wing and a Prayer wasn't just disgusting or offensive. It was just really shitty. And the thing is On a Wing and a Prayer, I think I said in my review that I quoted Roger Ebert. It's its heart is in the right place. I'm having trouble finding its brain. It's I think
very sleep-inducing.
Yeah, and it's boring. Number 11. Jared, you mentioned this. I know what you're going to say. I already know. Sword Art Online, progressive, the movie. Shihiro of Deep Night. It was 2 hours of exposition. And it wasn't. I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. Number 10. This movie, a lot of you will not have seen it yet. If you didn't go to Sundance, but you will see it, or I'm recommending you don't see it, on June 28th when it drops on Netflix. Run, Rabbit, Run. Fuck that movie. I love Sarah Snook. I love Succession. That movie, The Babadook and Relic, if it was made by idiots. That is that movie. Who don't know how to write an ending and don't know how to write a script. It's just people shouting the names of the characters over and over and over again. And it's not scary. It's ugly looking. It's poorly produced. I don't know why it was at Sundance. There's nothing about it that is enlightening or about the magic of independent cinema. It's just bad. It's just dull and not interesting. And it's poorly shot.
It doesn't even sound interesting.
It does, but it just doesn't. I mean, it's one of those movies where when you read the log line, it actually is okay, that could be kind of interesting. And it's just really, the execution could not be more wrong. Number 9, I'm getting a lot of haters. I'm sorry, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I hated that movie. With a passion. It was a 2.5 hour. It took a wonderful, delightful, magical superhero movie and it turned it into a 2.5 hour Skittles commercial. I hated it. I hated it.
Move on.
Okay. Number 8, Luke already mentioned this. It's Pitch Perfect, but Xerox with all the charm and all the wit and all the wickedness taken out of it. Praise this. I fucking hated it. It's the exact same movie.
It's beat for beat Pitch Perfect. I mentioned that in my review.
So did I. It is the exact same movie. It is comic relief commentators on the sidelines, like Pitch Perfect. There's the overweight comic relief character who's big and boisterous and over the top, just like Pitch Perfect. There's the uptight, high-strung mean girl who kind of is less of a mean girl by the end, just like Pitch Perfect. There's the too cool for school girl who's forced by her dad to join the Glee Club, just like Pitch Perfect. And
everything you see in Pitch Perfect,
them and has to learn a lesson, just like Pitch Perfect. It's the same movie. If you take out all the, and it's also its idea of the trying to make it religious is literally, you know what it is? It's a combination of, if you put Pitch Perfect, the script for Pitch Perfect, and the episode Christian Rock Hard of South Park into a blender without the jokes, that's Praise This. It's literally all the songs are, hey, pop song that's really good that you like How to Love by Lil Wayne. It's How to Love Jesus. It's they just add Jesus.
It's basically, you took the script of Pitch Perfect and you put it in the hands of a Christian pastor.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Perfect, exactly. It's surprising that it's a Universal movie, because the thing is Pitch Perfect also is Universal, because it feels like it does for high school. It does kind of what High School Musical did for Sunday School Musical. It feels like Pitch Perfect was made by the hip, cool youth pastor who really was just cringe, and wasn't hip at all and wasn't funny and just had and whose idea of a joke was the kind of humor that would even not be funny in a 50s sitcom. It's just the one-liners, the attempts at humor in this are just not funny. They don't even feel like jokes. It's someone saying, it's literally the movie's equivalent. The best joke in this movie is someone just going like, "Oh hell no!" Like that's it. There's no setup or punchline. There's no rhythm. There's no delivery to it. It's just like it really is like. It's like the parent who thinks it's cool and is just embarrassing and is sitting in the living room.
Very, very embarrassing.
And is trying to get their atheist kid to go to church. I mean, it's fucking terrible. And then number 7, here's the thing. I'm in a conundrum because I love the filmmakers of this. They're actually friends of mine now. I feel the need to say that. The movie's still not good, though, and I love them, but I don't love their film. His Only Son. I love David Helling now with a passion, and he's a good sport. He's a good guy. He knows this. He's okay with this. I don't like the movie. I like him. Don't like the movie. But I will continue to support him and his work. But this wasn't it, dog. Number 6. Imagine. Okay. I want to remind everyone before I begin. Friends with Benefits. A really smart romantic comedy. You ever see Friends with Benefits? So Friends with Benefits was the movie with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. One of the best running jokes in that movie was a fake movie that I believe had Channing Tatum in it. It was like a fake romantic comedy that was a satire, or no, it was Jason Segel. It was a satire of stupid romantic comedies that are really cliched and bad, but it was in a smart romantic comedy to make fun of it. This movie is both the actual fake movie, if it was a real movie, from Friends with Benefits, and if it also functioned as an infomercial of a famous pop star. And the pop star was the best thing in the movie. Love again. Shit again. I love Celine Dion. I love a good romantic comedy. I am totally okay with cliches if I feel like the company is good. I also quite like Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I like her a lot. I hated this movie from beginning to end. This movie was hard to sit through. It wasn't funny. The only person who was trying was Celine Dion, and she actually was not bad in this. But everything else, and Nick Jonas. The one kind of amusing scene was Nick Jonas. There's like a part where she's on a Tinder date with Nick Jonas, and he's kind of funny because he's like being awkward and weird. But everything else, this is the kind of movie where the lines you hear, and also it's a Skittles commercial. In this case, tropical Skittles. There's more Skittles in this. This is the kind of movie where unironically characters say things along the lines of, "I want you to meet," when he's trying to win the girl back, he says, "I want you to meet me at the place. You know, the one where I first heard the music." It's the kind of movie where it's like, where she's talking to her dead husband's ghost, because of course there's a dead husband ghost. And also, he's moving on because a butterfly appears.
Right.
But also, that he's in a car accident because she gets up quickly from her chair and looks concerned in slow motion. Oh my god. And it's also a movie that has the line of, "I'm so glad you can hope again." And his boss tells him, like, "I'm so glad you can open your heart," or whatever. This is this movie's idea of a joke. The sassy best friend, who in this case is the sassy little sister of Priyanka Chopra Jonas, says something like, "You need to get the D, sister. You need to get the D." This is like the stuff your aunt would think is funny. "You need to get the D." She goes, "What? Stop it. You act like I have some kind of disorder or deficiency or something." He goes, "You do, girlfriend. You have a vitamin D deficiency."
What in the act?
Fuck off. It's so not funny and so bad. Love again, shit again, terrible. Number 5, we kind of mentioned this before the stream. Hey guys, did you like Plane? Well, imagine Plane with all the cliches, including the daughter back home, but none of the things that made Plane actually fun, and all of it replaced with ugliness and racism. Yay, Kandahar. Fuck Kandahar. That is 2 hours of dullness mixed with infuriating Islamophobia. I hated that movie. I hated it. No one should bring the specter of tortured and dead journalists into a stupid action movie like this. It's offensive, it's cruel, and it's awful. I hated this movie. Gerard Butler, I love you. Stop playing Gerard Butler in every movie. Just do something else, please. I love you. Or just do Plane again. Plane was actually kind of okay. But yeah, I actually liked Plane fine. We're going to blow past these. Number 4, Ponny and Sullivan Part 2. 3 more hours of exposition with a really crappy fight scene at the end after 3 hours of nothing but exposition a year ago. It's terrible. Number 3, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. We'd cover the waterfront. It's awful. It looks like it was shot on a camcorder over a weekend. It's the dude's house. It's really.
They should have just given me the camera. I would have done it better.
Dude, the fact that they charged admission to this movie is just. They should be ashamed of themselves. It's that bad. I mean, it's.
Like, seriously, like, just put it on streaming for free. Nobody else wants to pay money to watch your movie.
Anyway. Yeah. No, but here's the thing. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is number 3. That's because the other 2 are the most offensive. If we're talking which is the worst made film of the year, it's that one. Hands down.
But if we're talking about more most offensive, then you got the other 2.
Yeah, I got the other 2. Number 2, spinning gold, spinning shit. I just 2.5 hour jerking off to the biggest asshole on the planet, made by his kids, about how he exploited and violated some of the greatest rock gods and goddesses ever. Just that's absolutely shameful and also racist. So it's that too. Number 1, there was that one good line from Dan Fogler, but it was ruined by being extra later on. So,
Nefarious.
Hey, don't spoil it. Yeah, but number 1's Nefarious. Nefarious was. There was a moment, and I don't say this very often. The last time I said this was Redeeming Love. There's a moment in this movie. There is very little that will actually actively offend me to the point where I want to leave a movie. Okay? There is a moment in here where the ostensible villain played by Sean Patrick Flanery says something along the lines of, they mention transgender children, and he says something along the lines of basically comparing it to the work of the devil. And the dude wearing a red hat in front of me said, hell yeah, you tell him. I wanted to walk and keep on walking. I was disgusted. And it was like 20 minutes in. And it just got worse and worse and worse. I am not saying that this job is fun. I think anyone who sits through all of Nefarious without leaving deserves a medal. I mean, it's that bad. It is that bad. It is so disgusting. It's made by bad. I never say this because I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to just jump to conclusions on people. I'm going to say something kind of shocking, but I need to say it. Nefarious is a movie for bad people made by bad people. It's just the way it is. It's that kind of movie. It went that far for me. I very rarely will say that about a movie. Like, the people who support this movie and endorse that movie, like Glenn Beck, you're bad people. It's not, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's it. That's the worst. And then I'll just run through these because everybody knows them by now for the most part. We were talking earlier about some movies. Honorable mentions: Megan, really good movie. Sick, I liked it. Knock at the Cabin, really good. Magic Mike's Last Dance, which people slept on, and it was critically not well received, but I really liked it. Magic Mike's Last Dance. Demon Slayer to the Swordsmith's Village, I liked a lot, even though it wasn't really a movie, but I did enjoy it. Moving On, really, really underrated comedy with dark comedy with Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Malcolm McDowell. Really good. Highly recommend it. Prom Pact, a movie I thought I was going to hate, but I kind of loved, on Disney Plus. Really dug it. Tetris. This is one of the 3 movies this year, 3 really good movies about objects we take for granted. That kind of unofficial trilogy. I dug Tetris. The Super Mario Brothers movie. I know it's high on your list, Luke. But
Mamma mia.
It's not quite on the top of the pops here, but I still loved it. Renfield. Really dug Renfield. I agree. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. That was fantastic. There's a lot of people didn't see it, but I will say this. This movie and one that's on toward the top of my list are being re-released next weekend for Juneteenth in AMC theaters, so look out for it. Chevalier. I really dug it. That was a really good movie with Kelvin Harrison Jr. Really good film. It was the last movie my grandma saw before she died. She saw it with me. Really liked it. This is a movie that a lot of critics have hated. It was loopy, and there are things in it that don't work, but damn it, I had a really good time. Hypnotic. I really dug this flick, the Robert Rodriguez movie with Ben Affleck. Really dug it. It's a lot of fun. This movie, a lot of people have also been shitting on, is a Disney Plus movie. I really dug. Crater. I really liked Crater. Thought it was a really, really good, surprisingly thoughtful family movie. Fast X, we talked about it. It's just so much fun. Just a lot of fun. And Jason Momoa, man, he almost gets that to 5. He's so good in this movie.
So it was.
Look, I'll put it this way: Fast X as a movie gets 4.5. Jason Momoa's performance gets 5 stars plus. I mean, it's like, and also apparently Vin Diesel wants him to tone it down. Like, oh come on, Vin, stop being a buzz. You're that guy who wants to. 20 minutes into the party wants to tell everyone to go home. Like, stop it. Don't be that guy. You're cooler than that. We already talked about this a little bit. The Little Mermaid. Fuck the haters. I had a good time, and I liked it better than the original. Had some problems. The scuttlebutt was kind of cringe, but other than that. And then my last honorable mention is the one that is the hardest to justify because it's been critically panned. I'm sorry. I needed a laugh. I went with my buddy Ben. We laughed our ass off. The Machine. I really love this movie. I thought it was hysterically funny from beginning to end. I laughed pretty much from day. And yes, there are things that don't work. And yes, some of the stuff in it is really bad. But if you're looking for a comedy that's just going to make you laugh and it's dumb humor, this works. This is just, and Bert Kreischer and Mark Hamill also, like, Mark Hamill alone gives this a recommendation as the dad. I mean, he's so good. And then, just quickly, that's my own mentions, quickly blowing through my runners-up or my 5-star movies from the bottom to the top of ranking. 42, BTS Yet to Come in cinemas, really good concert film with BTS. Bula, but especially in 3D. This is a really fun Bollywood action film. Really recommend it. I think it's going to be on Prime Video or Netflix very soon in the U.S. Attack of the Dock. This was the crowdfunded documentary about the G4 channel. Really, really fun. I was actually, full disclosure, I was a backer on the Kickstarter. But I really dug it. These ones are kind of together. I just saw the one right here, but Shin Kamen Rider and Shin Ultraman. Both really fun monster movies. 39, 38. 37, Cocaine Bear. Oh, man, I love Cocaine Bear. 5 stars. I love that movie. Scream 6. Who gives a fuck about movies?
Movies.
God, man, the Screams franchise is back and better than ever. I'm so... Radio Silence, man, they put him in good hands. I hope there's a Screw 7. I like Screw 7.
Scream 7, but if they're gonna make a Scream, if they're gonna go up to 8, make the last one set in Hollywood.
Also pay Neve Campbell what she deserves so she can come back as Sydney Prescott. 35. Hey Luke.
What?
Don't say what it. Open up now. Moments with the maggots now. Evil Dead Rise. This movie is just balls to the wall fun. I mean, just gory buckets of blood. It's an Evil Dead movie in the best way. 34. I'm ashamed of all of you for not supporting this. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. We mentioned this. So much fun. Number 33. Go watch this movie before Disney Plus removes it because you know it's going to be next. Chain Can Dunk. This was such a fun, really feel-good teen film that really surprised me. It was really uplifting. Number 32. This is on Apple TV Plus. Highly recommend it. Sharper. I know critics have been more mixed on it. I loved it. Sebastian Stan is awesome as always. Julianne Moore. Always great. Number 31. Being Mary Tyler Moore. This was a really terrific documentary on HBO about Mary Tyler Moore. Really recommend it. 30 is Missing. Missing. We mentioned this kind of earlier before the stream. Searching was great. Missing is almost as good, if not as good. I mean, it's really a good sequel. And Storm Reid, between this and The Last of Us, she's really becoming quite an actress. 29. Yeah, forget about A Wrinkle in Time. It was an anomaly. Number 29. This movie a lot of you will not see until July. I saw it at Sundance. It is getting a wide release the same weekend as Mission Impossible. And that is Theater Camp. This movie was a lot of fun. Very funny mockumentary comedy. 28. This is another movie that you guys didn't support. In fact, these two also kind of go together. The top of the 5-star movies. Sisu! This movie...
Well, that's because my theater didn't get Sisu.
I know.
I seen Sisu.
Yeah, you did see. Would you agree, Jared? That movie was badass.
Yeah.
It was badass. I mean, that movie. Talk about just a great exploitation movie. Just like you want to see it at a drive-in. Like it's one of those movies that you just want to see with like fake trailers in the middle of it, with like another movie after that's like not as good. Like it's like one of those movies. It's so great. And the reason these go together, cult movies, or should be cult movies. 27 is Polite Society. This is another movie that kind of was slept on. But it's like Scott Pilgrim if it was with a female lead and a Bollywood influence. I loved it. And now we get into the 5-star plus movies. I'll just blow through these. 26, Creed 3, just perfect. Perfect. One of the best Rocky movies. We can all forget about Jonathan Majors. After Magazine Dreams, I don't think we're going to be hearing much from him anymore. So, same with Ezra Miller in The Flash, although apparently he is up for the sequel if they make it. So, I don't know. 25. Hey, Luke. Wick with swords! Wick with swords! John Wick chapter 4.
Wick chapter 4.
To quote the great philosopher and poet Jay of Jay and Silent Bob fame, yeah, badass, yeah! This movie...
There you go.
Where does he get such wonderful toys? This movie is fucking awesome. And it is the best of 4 pretty great movies, quite frankly. And I'm just amazed at what they were able to accomplish with this universe. And how they're able to make... And Keanu Reeves, man, I love that guy. Not just as an actor, but as a human being. What a cool dude. Anyway, but I'm rambling. 24 is a movie that you all should seek out, especially if you're adventurous and you're a little weirdo like me, and that is Smoking Causes Coughing. This is a French comedy that is like Power Rangers crossed with the weirdest episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark you've ever seen, and a hard R rating. It's fantastic. It's French with subtitles. Recommended highly. 23, Luke, you need to see this so we can do a spoiler talk. Beau is Afraid. Man.
I gotta wait a while, though.
I know, but it's so good. I want to see it again. I'm like so excited.
When are we going to do a spoiler talk for Across the Spider-Verse?
I don't know when, but I'm thinking about it.
We're gonna, yeah. Jared, I think I mentioned before, I came in after literally I saw Spider-Man for a second time today. Like I was just invited on like the second I got back. So, but 22, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Hey, Luke. Sky. Oh! My heart.
So freaking good.
Yes, that dude, proof that James Gunn is a genius. He made me cry over a freaking cybernetic otter. Like, come on. That's brilliant. 21, speaking of Marvel movies, hey, Jared and Luke. All right, let's do things a little differently this time. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, baby. I didn't know you could top perfection. This movie tops perfection. I cannot wait for Beyond. Perfect.
Hopefully they wrap it up
for a whole year.
Well.
What?
Go ahead, Jared.
So I have to wait a whole year for the next one.
No, 9 months. Not a whole year, but close. I mean, anyway, yeah. But yeah, just brilliant. 20. Haters gonna hate. I love this movie, Peter Pan and Wendy. This movie it made me cry. Hard. I don't know what it is. It just had this weird spell over me. I just really loved it. 19, Somebody I Used to Know. Somebody that I used to know. I love this movie. I love Alison Brie. I love Dave Franco. I have not seen his first movie. I really want to now as director. This movie just gets it. It's almost like, you know what it is? It's like a more mainstream and slightly inferior, but still really good, like Worst Person in the World. It has that same vibe to me of like being in your late 20s or in this case, early 30s and struggling to figure shit out. And I just love this movie. 18, I'm sorry, Luke, Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink. This movie terrified me. And I know that I am in a very small boat, but there are other people in the boat. It's small, but it's not just me. This movie just it set a mood, and I saw that freaky little girl with no eyes and mouth in my sleep that night, and it worked. It was effective. Number 17. Hey Luke, I know you're getting bored with me. Just hey Luke.
I know, but it's just Infinity Pool.
Infinity Pool.
Sorry.
You have to be kind of adventurous before you watch this movie, but man, watch this movie. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I actually would agree.
Number 16. Hey Luke. I believe I can fly. Air.
There you go.
Please go. It's on Amazon Prime. Everybody has Amazon Prime. Watch this movie. Please, for the love of God, watch this movie. Number 15. You mentioned this earlier before the stream. Rye Lane. People slept on this. This is so good. Number 14. It's expanding now. I feel like it's going to get to more cities soon. But when it does, make sure you see it. Blackberry. This movie, man, this is the best of the objects that we take for granted movies. Matt Johnson is a genius. I can't wait to see what he does next. Number 13, I just saw this movie, Reality. This is a movie that is it's on HBO. It is entirely done in one room, and it is the transcripts. It's about Reality Winner, who was the whistleblower of election fraud in 2016, and she got the longest sentence for the crime of mishandling classified information in U.S. history. And which, ironically, was the same thing that Trump got screwed for at the end of the day. Guess who got the lighter sentence, though? It wasn't Reality Winner. And what she did changed the world. So that's a great film about a great person. Number 12, I just saw last night, Sanctuary. This movie is weird and kind of fucked up. And don't bring your baby, and don't bring your children, and don't watch it with your parents, but it's fantastic. Number 11. Saw this at Sundance. I can't wait for you all to see it. Sometimes I think about dying. This was a really beautiful movie with a terrific, I think, career best performance from Daisy Ridley. She's so good in this. Number 10. Luke, did you see this one? I think, well, you don't have Apple. No, Becca saw it. You haven't seen it. Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
Nope.
What a terrific documentary, and what a terrific guy. Speaking of terrific people and terrific documentaries, those are also my next two movies, so I'll just blow through those. Number 9 is Judy Blume Forever. What a rock star. Number 8 is It Ain't Over. This is a film about Yogi Berra, the baseball player, who is from St. Louis, which is where I'm from. Really terrific. Number 7, Luke, you have to see this movie when it's available on streaming. Somewhere in Queens. This movie is so underrated. Laurie Metcalf gives one of the best performances I've seen so far this year. Ray Romano, he writes and directs for the first time and is also in the film in the lead. So amazing. So great. Really wonderful comedy. Number 6, You Hurt My Feelings. Not you, Luke. Although your opinion of Skinamarink is definitely sticking with me. Number 6 is You Hurt My Feelings. This is a wonderful film. Another wonderful one from Nicole Holofcener, who I love. And really terrific. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, as always, is amazing. She's Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's always amazing. Number 5, a lot of you guys haven't seen this yet. I saw it at Sundance. A Little Prayer. Sony Pictures Classics has it. It's coming out the summer or the fall. See it when it does. 2 amazing character actors finally getting the lead, and those are David Strathairn and Jane Levy. And they're both amazing in it. Number 4, hey Luke. Thank you, God. Thanks an awful lot. Are you there, God?
It's me, Margaret.
People, please go see this movie. It's such a wonderful, wonderful film. Just such a wonderful for the whole family. I don't care that it's PG-13. I don't care that you don't want your kids to know about puberty. Puberty is a reality of life. Fuck all that. Take your children to see Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. You won't regret it. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie. Rachel McAdams is amazing, and Abby Ryder-Fortson. Man, I know kids don't get Oscar nominations, but man, if that kid doesn't at least get considered for her performance, would you not agree? Just an amazing child performance.
I would very much so agree.
She floored me. I mean, she was good in the Ant-Man movies, but this was next level for me. I mean, she was a revelation in this movie.
Yes.
Number 3, Jared. I don't know. I feel like Jared, you might have seen this one, but it's an anime film. I saw it subbed Suzume. I love this movie.
I still yet to watch it.
Please do as soon as you're able. And you too, Luke. I saw this movie in IMAX. I was lucky enough. It didn't play in a lot of IMAX theaters, but mine was luckily one of them. This movie blew me away. It's beautiful visually and in its story and themes about grief and about disasters and the grief we feel in the wake of natural disasters. This is a beautiful book from Makoto Shinkai, who did Weathering with You and Your Name. So this is the third in that kind of thematic trilogy. Highly recommend it. Number 2, this is the other one that's coming out in a couple weeks again for Juneteenth. Don't miss it. 1001. I absolutely love this movie. The fact that it's only number 2 shows how much I love number 1. This movie's amazing. Tiana Taylor deserves a Best Actress nomination. She's probably not going to get one. They're going to forget her by the time it comes out. It didn't do well enough in theaters. I don't think Focus Features is going to send it out probably in the fall, but I hope they do, and I hope she's considered. My number 1, Luke, you liked this movie too. It's not as high for you, but now you can I ask you this, Luke? Did you know what my number 1 is? Did you know that the movie even existed until I saw it? Did you see it based on my recommendation?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Number 1, it is an Australian film, and it is one of the most beautiful, tender, poetic love stories I've ever seen of an age. I love this movie. I loved this movie. It's the director described it was also my first critic screening, which was amazing. The director described it as gay Australian before sunrise. Yeah, that's basically what it is, and it's worthy of the comparison to Linklater's films. I have not seen You Won't Be Alone. I hear it's terrific. The first film from Goran Stolevsky. I really want to now after this because it's the same director. I love this movie. I have the poster in my closet for this movie. I adore this movie. One of the best of the decade so far. So that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Man, you're
I've
good.
only seen 21 movies this year.
I've seen 101.
75. Yeah, we can tell we don't. So yeah, you can probably tell that we don't really have a life.
Speak for yourself, Ponto. No, but you're kind of right.
Yeah, I really think about that.
You know, Luke, your mission, if you choose to accept it, and I really hope you can do it. You can do it in a night. Please watch Jury Duty. It's so good.
I will when I really feel like I have the time to do it.
They're about half hour each. There's I think 8 of them. It's.
I think I see something here.
Yep. What?
Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, it's on my list. I know. Some people really like it. I didn't hate it. I
thought it was okay, but I still got it.
So you liked it enough.
So we're doing Q&A. I have a question for the room. What is the worst movie that you still own on Blu-ray?
I think I can look on that a little bit. But first,
Yeah.
what's your most anticipated movie of July? Mine is easily Oppenheimer.
Man,
No question about it. Easily Oppenheimer.
I'm excited for Oppenheimer. I will say this, though. I'm really excited for Mission Impossible. I'm really excited for Oppenheimer. I'm going to go with a different answer. I'm going to go with Barbie. I'm really excited for Barbie.
Barbie's up there for me, but
Barbie looks like so much fun.
But for me, honestly, since I'm a big Nolan fan, and the cast that this movie has, and it being 3 hours long just because of this one story that I'm really intrigued about, I easily have to go with Oppenheimer.
Oh, and I'm going to watch it in IMAX for sure. I mean, that Oppenheimer, it's Christopher Nolan. When is he? Even his lesser movies are A+.
For sure.
But the thing is, okay, Barbie, you know what? I'm gonna get shit when I get home if I don't say Barbie because my wife is in it, so I can't. I have to.
Yep.
Going back to the other question,
Yeah.
this is the worst.
What is that?
Crazy's.
Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1.
I don't know. I like the title. It sounds cool to me.
Let me
The slipcover is cool, but the movie itself is just bad.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah. So, in case you're wondering, mine is Fanch 4-Stick. I don't know why I own this movie. I just do.
here, hold on, I'm just looking really quick.
The way I watched it, I didn't open this. This is still sealed.
Okay.
And probably for good reason.
So how did you watch it?
I've watched it on Tubi when it's on there. Decide not to open it up, just watch it. Thank goodness I did not open this up. It sucks.
I watched a Tubi original movie last week that I actually kind of liked. It was a Postocalypse. I kind of liked that. Okay.
Honestly, dude, I know it's in a collection, but I'm actually just gonna go ahead and say it. A Good Day to Die Hard.
It's definitely the weakest of the 5. I don't think it's the worst thing
I
ever.
hated it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
even a Die Hard movie.
It really isn't. Here's the thing. As much as I hated it, I did see it twice in the theater. For one reason. I was taken to it the second time by friends. So that's why. But the first time...
But if we're just talking about like singular releases or anything like that, it's easily Morbius.
Morpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket is a movie of all time.
Fuck that.
You know, this is definitely one of the movies of all time. It's definitely one of the movies ever made.
No, it's not.
It's Morbin time, Luke. It shall always be Morbin time until the sudden death of the universe.
Fuck that movie.
Fury of the Gods actually made less than Morbius.
Dude, it bombed twice in the theater. They brought it back out and it bombed again.
That's possible.
Because apparently the president of Sony Pictures doesn't understand what ironic memes are.
Let me see.
At least they made a comeback for the Cross Survivors.
Draven.
Yo, it's good.
Hey, Draven, if you're
made their-
available, man, I can send you the link.
Yeah, come on, people. Let's get the party started.
Sure. I think next month I will try to be on the moviegoers, be on the guest.
Potentially. We'll see.
Wait, what?
Because I do need to get I have to get Fritzy and Moves and Train still on the show yet. I haven't had them on, and probably for a good reason. So I have them on pretty much every single one of my streams.
A guest on what?
On the show that I'm doing.
Oh, tonight? You mean the one we're doing right now?
No, the Moviegoers live show that I do.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was on Moviegoers live show. That's right. I remember now. Jared, have you been on there yet?
No.
Nope.
Oh, come
I've been on the
What's
chat.
Jared?
He's basically on the channel all the time. That's like same thing with Fritzky and Movies and Trains. That's the reason why I haven't been able. That's the reason why I haven't thought about doing the show with them yet. Was because I had them on my channel so many times.
Luke, I've been on your channel almost as much as Jared, and I was one of the first to guess. So, come on now.
Well, it was only like a few times beforehand, though.
Yeah, no, not really. I've been on here at least 10 times or more.
I honestly think I had Jared a little bit more on here with like a lot of Q&As and even for a few of my watch alongs before I had you on.
I know, but here's the thing, Luke. I'm as well known at this point on your channel as Jared or Fritzky are, because I've been around the block enough times. Like, let Jared have his moment. In fact, Jared's basically your
I'm
co-host.
fine if they want to do something else.
Well,
How
like,
about the
Jared,
guests?
aren't you also like a co-host on like 3 of his like typical streams? I mean, like,
I haven't announced that yet, unfortunately. Like,
that's okay. I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm just saying, like, I'd like to see Jared be a guest on there. I feel like he would have a lot of cool insights and stuff because he always does.
Yes, but again, but there's so many other guests there's so many other people that I want to be able to have on the show first. Like,
have you ever had someone on there twice? Because I don't know if you have.
yeah, Zach was the first one to be on there twice. Milne, and then on Monday, Jennifer will be the next one, and then on the 17th, it will be Zach Goller.
Zach.
But the only times I'll ever have like returning, well, I mean, I'll have you back on the show soon, but I think like the next time I'm gonna have like multiple returning guests on, like from the show is gonna be game night. Like that's what the plan is. It's gonna be a game night. Like we're basically the first part of it is every single person. We're gonna do 2 rounds of Would You Rather. Like we're basically every person asks one Would You Rather question. We go around and like twice, but because like let me give you an example. Like so, I say my Would You Rather question. You guys give your answers. Then we go to the next person, and then so on and so forth until both rounds are up. And then obviously, like because our channels are mostly dedicated to talking about movies, we're gonna do movie trivia, either quotes, normal trivia, movie pictures. Basically, you show them a blank picture of the movie, and you have to guess what it is. And also,
Cool idea.
So that's something I want to do for the channel at some point because I really do think, and I really do think it would be a lot of fun though because and like, Greg, do you ever listen to Josh Horowitz?
Sometimes.
I kind of thought of like when I saw some of his like Happy Sad Confused game nights, I was like, I really want to do something like that. Like,
can I be real with you for a second? When you said game night, I think you were talking about the Rachel McAdams Jason Bateman movie, and I was like, yeah, we should do a watch along for that. It's a great movie.
One day we will though, but it's just
can I, when we inevitably do that, can I please be on? Because I love that movie and I want to watch it again.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
But it's just again, there's other watch alongs I need to do first before I do that one.
Because I'm still never gonna forgive you for not letting me be on the Puss in Boots 2 one. That makes me sad. I tried to sneak.
I had a dude. They're like. I wanted to lay it back for a minute because like I literally had a first time guest on the channel,
and it was
like,
Tracy. So
I never seen it.
It was Lily.
Oh right, Lily. Yeah. Also, Lily, if you're watching, come on. I want Lily to be on the stream sometime. I've
already had her on the show, so I mean, and she
Lily,
will definitely be and she will definitely be on game night at some point.
Lily, if you're watching this, you're totally invited to my stream in July. To hit me up.
Do I know something?
What?
What's up?
I'm in my 3rd live stream today.
Today?
Yeah, because you did you did your ranking of the Transformers movies. You were on David's stream, and now you're here.
You guys, man, I wanted to be on that, and it was so short. You guys were done so quickly that I was.
Well, I had to leave early. Like I had to leave early. Like it was like a last second thing. I never even had any plans by then, and then it was just like then something came up like right at the last second, like right as we were doing the stream, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Like that just kind of ruined it for me. So that's why I was like, you know what? In order to kind of make up for that, I'll just do something special like this.
Well, since we couldn't be there, let's do our rankings of the 6 that are out. What do you say? Can I ask this? Can we include 1986's The Transformers the movie? Is that allowed?
This is only the live action ones. Like
okay, then can Bumblebee be included? Does it count?
Yeah, it's part of the live action.
So that counts.
Okay, my ranking then is the following, from worst to best: Transformers: Age of Extinction, more like, is my number 6. Number 5, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. I am underneath the enemy scrotum. Like, John Turturro, why? Number 4, Transformers Last Night. I like it more than some people. It's still not very good. There are parts that work for me. I like Anthony Hopkins in it. Number 3, Transformers Dark of the Moon. The last half hour is the only thing worthwhile. Or the last hour. Everything else, where it's just nonstop explosions. Everything else, yeah. It's better than number 2, though. Number 2, Transformers, the first one. I like it. It's not a perfect movie, but I enjoy it. Number 1, by a absolute landslide, is Bumblebee. It's like dude, it's not even a competition. That is 10 times better than the other 5 movies to me.
That's actually where you and I differ. I prefer the first Transformers.
To Bumblebee, really?
Look, man, like,
I love
and
Bumblebee.
look.
Yeah.
At least this was when Michael Bay was actually trying to tell a story and not just being non-stop explosions for 2 hours.
I agree.
This was actually when he was good at telling a story.
If we're talking ranking the Michael Bay directed Transformers movies, oh yeah, it's the first one. Is the best one. Absolutely.
Like, and
no
plus,
contest.
And even when it gets to the action, it is just non-stop fun. Like,
well, and the thing is, like, the first one, even the humor was actually amusing. It was him coming off of Bad Boys 2, which was actually, I like Bad Boys 2. So, like, coming off of that.
No, he was coming off The Island.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, that was between, I actually like The Island too. But, like, between the two of those, like, the last time he did movies that had jokes, it was Bad Boys 2. And so, like, Anthony Anderson was fucking hilarious in the first Transformers. Shut up, Grandma, drink your prune juice! Like, that was funny.
White Castle burgers, makes want to burn this motherfucker down.
I love Anthony Anderson. You know what we need to do a watch along for sometime? If not on your channel, then on mine. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. That
was actually, I literally just had a moment from that movie. Just thinking about those White Castle burgers, just thinking, I want to burn this motherfucker down.
Dude, okay. Now, do you guys remember, we kind of stopped doing it, but a few months back, when I started doing the title card, when I did the Angry Grant show, and I tried to make it themed, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to be doing it on stream, so it doesn't even matter. Okay. It doesn't even matter. I said, I had a picture, it was of Anthony Anderson as the Burger World guy, and it said, come on, Poogie, let's burn this motherfucker down. And that was like the image. I think you guys need to suck it up and just go to White Castle.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
See, Charles is in here. What's up?
What's up, Charles?
It was the trains.
Where are you, dude?
He wasn't available to join, so he's in here.
Too bad.
I think I should do the thumbnail. Like for
what?
you.
Movies and trains. Do you like the Deep Wang stuff, though? Because that's really bad. That's some of the worst Michael Bay stuff I've seen. The thing with Ken Jeong. And I like Ken Jeong, but... that was bad.
Honestly, the new girl that they got was not very good in Dark of the Moon.
She was good in Mad Max Fury Road, though.
Yes, but in Dark of the Moon, not really.
But it's actually a good movie.
Well, I mean, Mad Max Fury Road is literally one of the greatest action movies ever made.
Hell yes. Agreed. 100%.
Thank you for letting us know, dude.
Oh.
That is right.
Oh, are you doing it? Are you doing a watch along?
He's doing it.
Is on Tuesday?
Yep.
Is it on Paramount Plus?
Yes.
I don't have Paramount Plus.
What time is it, Movies and Trains? What time is the stream?
It is at 6:30.
I'm in. Put me on.
I think I'm not a guarantee, but I think I actually might be able to go pick it up tomorrow, but we'll see.
I am all for giving that movie more support.
See, I want to check it out.
I just rewatched it on Paramount Plus recently, man.
Have you not seen it yet, Jared?
Because I really want to check it out.
Oh.
I don't know.
Hey guys, look at my phone. Look at what Michelle from Is It Worth Your Time posted. Kel Mitchell shares first look at Good Burger 2.
Oh, jeez.
What? Aren't you?
Nothing. I was just saying, oh, jeez.
I was gonna say, like, you know, you're excited for that movie, Luke. You know. it.
I don't know, man. It's a sequel so many years later, though.
But it's them. I mean, it'll at least be worth watching. It's not going to be the first one, but I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know you're at least going to watch it.
I know, but still, it's not going to be the first film. Let's see. Hey, Zach, where are you, dude?
Yeah, I agree. My buddy Ryan just said that he gave the Boogeyman a 5 in Guardians and Spider-Verse 2. Like, what? What?
Go home.
No, come on, bro.
Go home.
Yeah, Zach, where are you? Motherfucker.
Thank you, Zach. We're on the road to 500.
No,
I know next week I'll be doing the watch along for Zootopia.
Is that on Disney Plus?
Yes,
Wait,
it
next
is.
Weekend? Next weekend? I don't know if I can next weekend. Let me see.
I own it, so.
I don't own it. I don't own much at this point because I'm behind on my. No, but how close are you? How are you past 400 yet? Or are you still at 400?
I passed a little bit 400, but I still wanted to do this because I hit 400 like a few days ago.
Yeah, I'm really happy for you, dude. Truly.
Again, I just wanted to do it at the right time. I mean, I just didn't want to, like, you know, because Thursday was when I went and saw Spider-Verse, and then Friday I thought we had some stuff going on, but apparently we didn't. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna bother.
So
For the last watch along, for the Into the Spider-Verse, 200 views on that.
Wow.
Can I ask a question?
What?
What is your most viewed video, each of you?
You go first.
Like this video or short?
No, video, period. Any video you did. It could be a short too.
It is my Breaking Bad season ranking short. 42,000 views.
Damn.
And over 1,000 likes.
Mine was I haven't checked in a while. Let me make sure.
Thank you, Movies and Trains, for clarifying. 402.
Hey, Movies and Trains, put me in for Dungeons and Dragons. Hit me up. I'd love to be on that.
Dude. Oh, Movies and Trains. This is why you're my homie.
Nice.
Jamming out to some music from The Offspring.
Rock on.
One of my favorite bands.
I like them too.
Probably, they're definitely top 2 favorite, like, punk bands. Like, no question about it. Like, I love those guys.
I'm trying to find
But if we're talking about bands in general, probably definitely top 5.
It appears that my highest ranked video is my True to the Game 3 review, which is not even a good movie, but it has.
How much is that at?
The review was posted in December of 2021. It has 5,429 views.
But if we're talking about videos in general, like just normal videos, my first the DVD collection I did back when I started YouTube, like about 19,000 views.
Ooh, wow!
I was like, my Blu-ray collections honestly should be getting more views than just my DVDs.
Now,
People still buy DVDs. Don't forget.
Do you regularly?
I know more people should be buying more Blu-rays.
Now I know you do this, Jared, but Luke, do you regularly update your Blu-ray collection videos?
I do. I pretty much do them every year. Like,
okay,
I do it yearly.
It's a yearly thing for me. I do them every single January.
I do it every single January as well.
That's nice.
Because that was like the first video I ever did when I started this channel was a Blu-ray collection video, and that was all the way back in January of 2021. I did
That
it
was
on New Year's Day 2022, and then January 7th, 2023 was when I did my last Blu-ray collection video.
that was the first video. It's not available anymore. That was the first video I did on my old channel. It was the only video I did on my own channel until I deleted the account, and then was a Blu-ray. But it was only like the first of multiple parts.
Ah, bummer, Zach. Hope we get better though, bro. Hope we get
I
better.
love you,
better
Zach.
brother.
You're the man.
Prayers up to you. Prayers up to you, buddy.
Prayers up.
Thank you for letting us know about that. There, movies and trains.
Yay!
Going to see Across the Spider-Verse this Tuesday, which I'm looking forward to. Please just see it now.
Seen it twice. It's awesome. It's even awesomer the second time.
Let's see. I think my highest view video is my first horror movie recommendation video I did in October.
Ooh.
I think it wasn't that over like 1,000. I think it was over like 1,000 views for him.
Yeah.
And my most viewed watch along was Jackass number 2, over 4,000 views.
I think the first watch along I was in the chat for was Jackass Forever.
Yeah, but that one didn't really do as well. But
My
The
highest one,
5 got over 1,000 views.
The first video you ever did that I was in the chat for was, I think it was you and Tyler was the best and worst of 2021. That was like the one that I did like that was the first one where I watched your videos, but that was the first one I was there for the live stream to like in the chat.
Yeah.
my highest watch along is John Wick Chapter 3.
Figured as much.
That's awesome. I
381.
Now the first watch along that I was a guest was that Sonic, or was there another one?
It was Sonic.
Yeah. Then Bullet Train.
And then the next one he did with us was Bullet Train.
And then, but that wasn't the first stream I was on with you. Was Sonic? It was
Nope.
There was one before. There was one before that. There was like a Q&A or something we did before that. I think.
No, I think Sonic was actually the first one you did with me.
I remember you inviting me to the Sonic thing on another video. I vaguely remember this. I think it was like just one of your Q&A videos. I was on it like as like a last minute drop in or something. But I
honestly do not remember that whatsoever.
And then I was on the World War Z one, even though we didn't really watch World War Z.
Probably,
Which was on, that was on Jared's channel. Yeah, it was on Jared's channel.
Yep.
I'm planning on doing
1.9 thousand. Nice, dude. For that horror movie recommendation.
nice. I'm talking to my sister because my sister is staying with us. She's basically living with us. She and her buddy. I have not seen I, Tonya. That's like on my movie bucket list. I think I might do my first watch along, just being my first time watching I, Tonya with my sister. I might just set up the camera in there and just react to I, Tonya. But I think that the first one we're gonna do in our crew is gonna be Good Burger before the second one comes out.
I've never seen Good Burger.
You've never seen Good? Okay. What is it streaming anywhere? By the way, Good Burger.
I don't remember exactly. I thought it was like
There
free on-
is, but it has with ads.
It's with ads. Oh, it's on YouTube. Oh, with ads.
Yeah,
and,
with
it's on,
ads.
I literally just said it was on YouTube.
and it's on Paramount Plus. But
I don't
But you
have
guys are-
Paramount
Plus,
Plus.
that's the problem.
I have it on Blu-ray. So if
I still own the DVD, so I want to get it on Blu-ray at some point.
yeah, I got it on Amazon. It was only like $7. It wasn't too bad.
Yes, it is, my friend. Welcome
Yeah.
to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Movies and Trains, of course, you're invited if you want to come. If you have a copy of the movie. And you want to come.
Sure
or you
he
want
does.
Are you going to... Luke, you're going to be on it, right? If you're able.
Don't say boobity 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 boo.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who you are, or where I know you from, or why you think you're an attractive nurse.
How do you like this? There's no way a guy can watch his own butt.
You know, right about now, man, I would smack you in your head, but I don't think your brain understands the concept of pain. I love that movie so much.
4.
Your
Your turn.
turn. How did they get the dog into the corny exterior? A query that has plagued mankind for centuries.
Hey, help out. Would you please take my order?
Oh,
Sorry. No can do. I'm the drive-thru guy. You need the counter guy.
where's Ed? I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes.
Have you seen this?
Strawberry jacuzzi. But
Nice.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Nice.
Closer.
very nice.
Talk about a show that
Lamb
started awful and just almost immediately got better and better and then ended perfectly. Like, that is a show that, man, it takes a couple episodes, but once you're in it, it's amazing. Yay! Movies and Trains, you're invited. Also, once it's out and I've seen it, the second watch we'll do a watch along for the number 2 to be consistent.
Well, I honestly would say it depends if it's good.
Depends if it's good, but even then,
Because if it's bad, because honestly, if it's bad, I'm not putting myself through pain.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I have another idea. If it comes out before Good Burger 2, we need to do. Once it's on streaming, we're not gonna do it where we have to buy it. It'll be on Netflix since it's a Sony movie. I need to do a watch along of Knights of the Zodiac with you guys just so we can make fun of it. We have to.
Oh, jeez.
We have to. That's a bad movie night. Perfect. And The Devil Conspiracy. We need to do it as a group.
I'm not gonna do Devil Conspiracy.
But dude, we got to do some bad movies sometime. We need to do some bad movies that are fun. But not the ones that are like disgusting, like Blood and Honey, but ones we can actually kind of.
Hellboy reboot.
Which one? Yeah, the Hellboy.
Already done one of those though.
Yeah, that was bad. I loved it.
No, I'm meaning like movies that we could laugh at. Like we've already done one of those.
But I'm saying Knights of the Zodiac is absolutely one of those. And
Halloween 5 is that though.
oh, Halloween 5 is bad. Halloween 8, Halloween Resurrection is the worst still though. Like I said, there's only one good line: "Trick or treat, motherfucker." That's the only good line.
And like, why is that? Like, seriously, like, what? You, hey, you! I challenge you to a dance competition.
I'm surprised that little girl outrun the car.
Halloween Kills.
He honestly should have been run over by that time.
You know what the best part of Halloween Kills is, and the reason I can't hate it? One of the main reasons.
Evil died tonight.
Well, not evil. Well, evil did. Well, evil did die tonight, but Corey had to be a character before it happened. No, I'm never gonna get over that. What a waste of a movie. But Halloween Kills, which the thing with the chick in the nurse's costume, freaking shooting the car and just ricocheting, killing her, like actually, it's just so dumb. It was just funny. I'm sorry. I loved it. Michael, you're home.
But Halloween Resurrection is one of the worst movies ever.
Dude, Halloween Resurrection is barely a movie. It's one of those bad movies where I don't even really want to call it a movie. It's just an abomination. It's like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I honestly don't even know why people even call that a so bad it's good movie. It just sucks.
I think it's just because of that one part. Because it was Ja Rule. No, it was Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, like, he was so bad that those parts were kind of funny in an ironic way. Because he was just so not an actor.
No, he doesn't even belong in like that. And like, I mean, like, good singer though and all that, but as an actor,
The only good film performance Busta Rhymes has ever given is as the voice of the Reptar Wagon in the Rugrats movie.
No kidding. Because the Rugrats movie is a classic.
The Rugrats movie also is dark as hell. I watched that again not long ago. It is a dark ass kids movie.
It is, yeah.
Kind of fucked up.
Pretty messed up, man. I mean, hey, that's kind of how they were back in those days.
There's a whole section where Spike is like, you think Spike is dead for like 2 minutes in that movie.
You say so.
Yeah.
So I got more space now for putting more stuff on the shelf.
Yeah, because you got a new shelf, my boy.
Hey, Luke, I gotta say this. I think I gotta head out, man.
Well, we got to end anyway because it's
Yeah, I mean,
early 11 o'clock at night, dude.
yeah, I still haven't had dinner yet, so I'm gonna have to bounce, y'all. But,
All right,
What are you gonna have?
What?
I'm gonna have some Pizza Hut. I ordered some Pizza Hut. It just got here a little bit ago, so I'm gonna eat some pizza. I think I got like a melt, one of those melt things that are actually really good.
Nice. All right, so
All right, see you around.
we will see you on the next one.
See you around in Dungeons and Dragons. Hopefully, I'll see some of you Tuesday for Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, peace.